All right, welcome back to another selling puts and calls on the side for some extra income. I'm going to talk about one trade I made in particular, and then one lesson I guess we can all learn from what happened today. If we were watching the market when it opened today on Eastern time, so around 10 o'clock or 10:30, it really tanked. And you can see right here, we went all the way from 40K to 38.5 in a matter of like 10 minutes. And all of my stocks were taking a hit, and one in particular I really wish I had some money on the side to sell puts on is Sofi. Sofi took a huge hit. I think it went all the way down, and we'll go ahead and take a look. So the all-time low today was 1301 on Sofi. And as you can imagine, the premiums, if you were to sell puts on Sofi right when it was around this downward spiral, were pretty high. And the lesson that you can learn, and that I have learned before and I just ignore, and maybe I need to finally just accept it, is to always have some buying power on the side for times like this. Because if I would have had buying power, I could have went ahead and used that as collateral to sell puts. And unfortunately, I don't have enough. $202 isn't enough collateral for me to sell puts on Sofi, so I just had to sit and watch and think about what it would be like to collect those premiums. And aside from this, you also have to be pretty actively watching what's going on in the market. So I usually get notifications from Robinhood when something tanks dramatically. And I saw that everything was tanking, so I decided to open the app and look. And if you aren't actively, looking at your portfolio, that's another thing. You won't be able to make trades like that at a time when it might be more beneficial. And then something about Sofi, it might be good news, I guess. So there were talks that maybe the Super Bowl wouldn't be hosted in LA after all this year because of some COVID concerns, but the Super Bowl is going to be continued to be played at SoFi Stadium. And to what degree of effect that's going to have on the stock, I don't know. But for me, when you're watching a Super Bowl and you're watching it at the stadium of a fintech company and they keep, hopefully, talking about the fintech company, or not really talking about, but saying the name of the fintech company because they're like, we're here at SoFi Stadium, maybe that'll get some people subconsciously thinking about, whoa, what's SoFi? Maybe I should go check it out. Maybe I should download their app and see what's going on. So even if I don't have buying power, though, I guess one option for me would be to buy to close one of my positions. I get buying power, and then I can make a trade. I will still be watching Sofi and the puts on Sofi. If we look, just expiring on Friday, you can get a $13.50, which I think is a great price for Sofi. Personally, you can get $13 per option. But if we go a week out, here you can see $48 at $13.50. I went ahead and I actually bought actual shares of Sofi because I didn't have enough buying power, so I just went ahead and bought physical shares. I bought like 40 shares or so. But this is one I'm going to watch. And then one trade I did end up making today, I had over 100 shares of Ford, and I went ahead and I sold a call on Ford. The strike price is $26, and it expires on 1/14. I think Ford's been pretty hot, and I'm assuming that it's going to cool down at some point. And if not, I'm okay with selling it at $26 because I see it going back below that at some point. So if I want to buy it back, I can. And if I don't, I just want to take the money and go, I can do that as well. But that's the only options trade I actually made today. And I thought I'd share this with you, share my lesson learned to always try to have some buying power on the side just for times like this where stuff drops dramatically and you're thinking, well, there's no real good reason for it to drop to this degree. I might as well sell some puts on some of my favorite stocks and make some decent premium in the meantime. So if you like this, feel free to subscribe. That way you can follow along with me and see how I do and how I fare and hopefully be entertained. And I hope to see you in the next video.